There are good kisses and bad kisses, but while we're busy getting close to others, not many of us have stopped to question why we even engage in this kissing business at all. Why is it that humans have resorted to mouth-to-mouth contact? Here's what's up. Kissing, at least as we now know it, is pretty new. Raphael Wlodarski, a behavioral data scientist at the University of Oxford in England, confirmed it with BBC Earth. He should know, as he studies phimoltology, which is the science of kissing. So how new? Well, new in the grand scheme of things. Researchers discovered proof that people were doing something like modern-day kissing some 3,500 years ago. According to the publication, Hindu Vedic Sanskrit texts describe the form of kissing as inhaling each other's soul. Intense. In fact, even the word kiss comes from India. Von Bryant, an anthropologist who studies the science of kissing at Texas A&M University, explained to the Wall Street Journal that the root of the English word kiss is derived from the word kuss, which was used in India. The first kiss may very well have taken place in this Southern Asian country. After kissing took off in India, researchers believe the practice began to spread across the globe thanks to Alexander the Great and his massive army. Since he conquered most of the world, well, what was known of the world at that time, the kiss was able to travel quite a distance. Kissing is thought to have become especially widespread in Rome. Neil Burton, a psychiatrist and philosopher, explained in an article for Psychology Today, "The Romans kissed their partners or lovers, family and friends, and rulers. They distinguished a kiss on the hand or cheek, osculum, from a kiss on the lips, basium, and a deep or passionate kiss, savolium." Rome also happens to be the birthplace of the wedding day kiss. By the fall of Rome, however, kissing as a romantic gesture had all but died out. It wasn't until 1,000 years later that kissing found its way back into romance. Burton explained, "The kiss of Romeo and Juliet is emblematic of this movement, which sought to remove courtship from the control of family and society and celebrate romantic love as a liberating, self-determining, and potentially subversive force." Despite all of the fascinating research that's been done about kissing, it's still not known whether kissing is a natural or learned behavior. Some theories suggest that kissing is a learned behavior, and the fact that most animals don't kiss may signify that the behavior is learned. However, some animals do kiss, and even those that don't display similar signs of affection. It's also true that not every human has the innate desire to kiss. As BBC Earth reported, some modern-day groups of hunter-gatherers don't pucker up, so it's difficult to see how kissing could be instinctual. Additionally, William Jankowiak, a professor at the University of Nevada in Las Vegas, published a study on kissing and found that kissing does not seem to be instinctual, but rather a Western behavior that has been passed on through generation after generation. Kissing is often seen as a romantic gesture, but believe it or not, kissing isn't much about romantic love at all. Scientists recognize that people who are attracted to each other are compelled to kiss, and that people also experience a subconscious urge to, do a bit more than kissing with said person. While mating and attraction are factors, romance, it seems, is not a main component, as Raphael Wlodarski explained to Smithsonian Magazine. Of course, there are also platonic forms of kissing, like a peck on the cheek, which of course don't have anything to do with romantic love, but also don't have the same mating urge or attraction factor attached. According to Wlodarski, these kisses may have initially stemmed from the same place as sexual kissing, but have since transformed into demonstrations of respect. Scientists have considered the idea that the whole point of kissing is to heighten arousal. In less scientific terms, foreplay. The things scientists study, am I right? A 2013 study published in Archives of Sexual Behavior, however, disproved the theory that kissing is, well, a means to an end. As the study revealed, participants, especially women, considered kissing to be most important while in long-term relationships. In fact, participants who were in long-term relationships considered the frequency of kissing, not the frequency of intercourse, to be most indicative of relationship happiness. Wlodarski, the study's lead author, explained to the New York Times, "You would think that intercourse would be even more bonding, more intimate, but that's not necessarily so. Maybe you have a happy relationship and you don't need more intercourse." He added that, for happy couples who are content in their relationship, kissing remained a way to convey emotion. And in the end, the study concluded with finding very little evidence to support the hypothesis that the primary function of kissing is to elevate levels of arousal. The 2013 study, published in Archives of Sexual Behavior on the role of kissing in romantic relationships, not only disproved that kissing is all about erotic love, it also revealed that kissing seems to play an important role in how men and women assess potential mates. A prior study published in Evolutionary Psychology in 2007 revealed that 59% of men and 66% of women found themselves no longer interested in a person after engaging in a kiss. A bad first kiss could make or break the relationship before it really even gets going, it appears. Wlodarski was the lead author on this study too, and told Smithsonian Magazine, "I would hazard a guess that if someone thinks someone is a bad kisser, it's because their smell wasn't right." He also speculated that women may be more likely to find themselves bowing out after a bad kiss because the stakes are higher. Smithsonian revealed, women have to be more selective because they face greater consequences when they make a poor mating decision, like having to carry a baby for 9 months.
That's why I like you, kinda. You're an old soul.
Thank you. My mama thinks so too.
And here's the thing, while it seems likely that there are multiple psychological and biological reasons for why we engage in kissing, we can't ignore the simple fact that kissing just feels good. Neuroscientist Eric Hasseltine explained to Psychology Today, kissing causes a lot of brain tissue of the kisser to stimulate, and to be stimulated by, a correspondingly large amount of brain tissue of the kissee. When you throw in tongues, really impressive amounts of brain tissue from the two individuals are brought together. In other words, the brain digs kissing. Also, your mind views French kissing as a very efficient way to provide a rich sensory experience. The neurologist further revealed that kissing also maximizes the ability of one brain to exquisitely stimulate via fine motor control another brain. Yep, kissing provides people with the unique opportunity to literally stimulate another person's brain with their tongue. Okay, we'll stop. This is sounding weird. Although there's much more to kissing than just foreplay, locking lips can play a remarkable role in foreplay. Helen Fisher, a biological anthropologist at Rutgers University, announced at a press conference, there's evidence that saliva has testosterone in it. And there's also evidence that men like sloppier kisses with more open mouth. That suggests to me that they are unconsciously trying to transfer testosterone to trigger the sex drive in women. That sounds super weird, but others agree. Researchers who took part in another study theorized that exchanging saliva during a kiss had something they called biological consequences. The study authors added, male saliva contains measurable amounts of the sex hormone testosterone, which can affect libido. And as for slobbery kisses, history, as well as more recent studies, do provide basis for the belief that men are wetter kissers. Like women, men make assessments through kissing, but according to Susan Hughes, an evolutionary psychologist at Albright College in Pennsylvania, men have reduced chemosensory detection, so they may need more saliva to make assessments. Testosterone isn't the only thing that is exchanged during a smooch. Evolutionary psychologist Gordon G. Gallup Jr. revealed in a University of Albany news release, when two people kiss, there is a rich and complicated exchange of information involving chemical, tactile, and postural cues. This may activate evolved mechanisms that function to discourage reproduction among individuals who are genetically incompatible. Scientists have found that kissing can alter a person's levels of the feel-good hormone oxytocin, and can even lower levels of the stress hormone cortisol. But more than just hormones are at play. An article in the American Journal of Medicine revealed that an average kiss contains small amounts of water, protein, organic compounds, fats, and sodium chloride. Yummy! Your standard kiss also contains anywhere from 10 million to 1 billion bacteria, and as many as 278 different species. Although most of these types of bacteria are not considered bad, it's possible to spread herpes, respiratory viruses, strep throat, and in very rare cases, gum disease.
The worst thing you can do for your immune system is to coddle it. They need to fight their own battle.
Oxytocin may just be the key ingredient in a kiss, at least for men. This hormone has been found to aid men to bond with their partner and remain monogamous. Kissing is, of course, not just about swapping spit and hormones and fats and proteins and, well, you get the point. It's about attachment and bonding, much like other forms of physical touch. According to a 2013 study, romantic kissing may actually be one of the most effective bond-mediating courtship behaviors, with both males and females rating it as the type of physical affection most expressive of love. An earlier study also cited that couples had an easier time resolving their conflicts when engaging in displays of physical affection. Cuddling or holding and kissing on the lips were found to be the most effective forms of physical affection. Kissing is important while in long-term relationships, as we highlighted, but science has proved that kissing is important at other times too. In fact, women rate kissing as more or less important depending on where they are in their menstrual cycle. As one study revealed, hormonal changes had previously been found to have an effect on women's mate preferences. It was discovered that women who were in the follicular phase, the phase in which a woman has the highest chances of getting pregnant, preferred men who were, quote, displaying signals of underlying genetic fitness. Because researchers recognized that there was also a link between kissing and choosing a mate, they decided to test the theory that kissing would be of more or less importance depending on where a woman was in her cycle. Sure, it's a strange study, but the results were interesting. The study explained, using an international online questionnaire, results showed that women in the follicular phase of their menstrual cycle felt that kissing was more important at initial stages of a relationship than women in the luteal phase of their cycle. As it happens, this is the most difficult phase in which to conceive.
Hey.
Oh my God. No, Chad, we can't do this anymore.
Oh, okay.
The more you learn about kissing, the more you may agree with the hunter-gatherer tribe in Brazil. However, it's not only people in remote tribes who find the practice disgusting. It was once believed that 90% of the global population engaged in a form of romantic kissing, but that figure was way off. In 2015, researchers studied 168 different cultures around the world and discovered that less than half, 46% of them, swap kisses. And if you're thinking this isn't the case in Western cultures, think again. The study revealed that an astounding 45% of North American cultures surveyed don't participate in romantic or erotic kissing. One form of kissing was found to be prevalent in all cultures, though. The study's lead author, William Jankowiak, told NPR, "It does seem to be a human universal that adults kiss babies or small children. But the thought of kissing a romantic partner? Ew." Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more The List videos about human behavior are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.